My name is Clarissa Rios Rojas. I'm a Peruvian scientist, and my bachelor's was on genetics and biotechnology, my master in biomedicine and neuroscience, and my PhD was in developmental biology, molecular biology of sex development. And my professional experience has gone from working in the lab for many years since 2004 until 2016, and then I decided to jump into science for policy and government science advice and science diplomacy since that year, where I decided that I would like to use my scientific background to help tackle global priorities and also understand better emerging technologies and how we can leverage them for good and also for bad, and how we can prevent terrible scenarios in the future if we think about how we can prevent the misuse of some of those technologies. My main area of expertise could be molecular biology, of course, because of my background, but also government science advice and the interface of policy and science and all the research that we are producing at different universities. Yes, I can tell you more about my current research at CSER. So I'm part of a very big project called A Science of Global Risk, where we are aiming to think if there is a commonality that we can work on in order to find solutions and manage global catastrophic risks. For that project, we have three avenues. The first avenue is about the methodology, which type of methods we have to use to manage this type of events better, and for that we're using foresight. The second avenue will be policy, how we develop and co-create better solutions in policy in order to create a science of global risk, and that's where I'm the one that is leading that effort. And the third one will be communication of risk. And together, what we are trying to do is to create a framework and to get many partners that join us in order to push for this agenda and have create security and a safe place for humanity in the future. And not only for humanity, but also for the environment, of course. What drew me to the research that I'm doing is that I feel that there are not many research teams or government offices that are thinking about future generations and about what's coming next. For example, what happens if there is a pandemic that has been created in a laboratory, or what happens if an asteroid collides on Earth, or what if the misuse of artificial intelligence goes out of our hands. So in order to prevent this type of events, I think it's very important that we do research about how we can manage these events, from prevention to mitigation, and how do we create a bridge between our science that is being produced in universities and policymakers and citizens and also the industry. And I find very interesting at CSER that we have a very transdisciplinary team, and we are working with anthropologists, philosophers, economists, lawyers, people working on artificial intelligence, machine learning, molecular biologists like me, and many more. My motivations for working in existential risk are, of course, that we learn more about these type of events, that we develop protocols so governments can be ready when an accident happens or when a global catastrophic event is about to occur. We know already what's the protocol that needs to be followed, because this has been already developed, because we already understand this risk, and because we have created international global effort to manage them at the same time and in a global effort. I think that's my motivation, just to protect, to help to protect Earth and to every living thing that is populating this planet. On Twitter, I have my handle is Clarissa JAZ, Clarissa Jazz, and on Instagram, I'm also trying to create some stories telling about how is to work in the interface of science and policy making. So my hashtag is being a scientist is cool, being, and then the underscore a for each letter. or you can find me like Clarissa Rios Rojas. And on LinkedIn, I also post some things, but I think I'm more active in Twitter and Instagram. And I'm very happy to connect with anyone that is interested on this topic. So we can have also like short meetings through Google or Skype. And please just connect with us. And we are very keen to have different stakeholders in our work. So if you are a policymaker, especially, please contact me because I want to learn more about how you are managing risk in your country. Thank you so much.